to second.
Yeah, now the winner of this game will be Kevin Jones' semifinal opponent. And if you're in Kevin Jones' camp, you know, he's gotten here by playing Obs on aggro. That's the deck he knows. Now, what you got to watch out that everybody here is playing their wheelhouse deck. Logan Mize and Todd Anderson's are experts in their own archetypes.
You see the life totals here in game number 3. Anderson at 19, Mize at 16.
You know, I've watched enough of Todd Anderson to know if he's at 19 with 9 lands and a Soulfire in play, Todd is on cloud 9.
It seems like he would be in a good spot right now, but Logan also has a lot of lands on the battlefield. The question now is how many cards does each player have in hand? It does not appear as though Logan has any. It looks like Todd has at least one.
Well, as long as one of them is a spell with a good name on it, you can guess that he's going to cast it many times here thanks to Soulfire Grandmaster.
And you see the life totals have been updated here. It's 18 for Mize, 10 for Anderson. Though Anderson is tapping a lot of mana, it's an utter end.
It's an utter end with a Soulfire trigger. Oh,
Yep.
goodness.
And now a roast to kill a Den Protector, get a monk, gain some life. He might be making a comeback here.
You don't say. This is how Todd Anderson, Jeskai Black works.
Now here comes the Grandmaster into the red zone. Well, we had the life totals wrong. Now they're back.
They
high.
are correct as
now,
Yep.
now they're back. Todd getting 7 life that turn. Logan going to lose 2. It's 16 to 17 in favor of Anderson.
I mean, Utter End plus Soulfire Grandmaster is a near lock. I mean, Logan, the only way he can get out of it is first by killing Soulfire. And if Todd, say, finds a negate before Logan draws that kill spell, well, then we really are talking lock.
Logan with just that Wingmate Rock token, the 3/4 flyer.
And Todd last turn freed up a Monastery Mentor that was being held under a Silk Wrap. That now Todd will turn the corner, and very quickly, too.
Yeah, the one thing that the other end cannot take care of are the Shambling Vents that Logan has access to. Outside of that, Todd is in a very good situation here. Don't know what Logan's draw was, and he doesn't even feel comfortable attacking, so we're going to go back Anderson's way. He's going to untap all these lands and take a draw step here. Bloodstained Mire was just added to the grip. He's already got one of those, so 2 now. And then an Utter End in hand. Looks like he's going to play a Bloodstained Mire.
And that's the thing, Jeskai Black's just, especially with Soulfire Grandmaster, continues to scale with lands. Every time Todd draws a land, it's okay. He has it right now. He has enough mana to activate Shambling Vent, activate Soulfire Grandmaster, and cast Utter End.
Now, this has been part of the problem that Anderson has experienced with this deck is that, once you get into the late game, and he's pretty good at getting to that stage of the game, sometimes he floods out. Sometimes you just draw a lot of lands because you got to play a lot of lands to make sure you hit your land drops to get to this stage.
I believe one of the reasons we may see that Bloodstained Mire turned upside down from Todd is the fact that he is not positive that it has anything left to find, so he doesn't want to count it as a land source.
Well, he does have 2 mountains in his main deck, and he's got 1 mountain on the battlefield. It doesn't mean that one hasn't been exiled in the graveyard just yet, but it is a little bit strange to see that Bloodstained Mire upside down in the fashion that it is. Todd certainly didn't do that on accident.
Yeah, that my guess is that would be what he's indicating here.
Soulfire Grandmaster.
This is just dirty what's happening right now.
Hey, tag teaming up with Utter End is, well, it's pretty filthy.
Oh, and don't forget about the Monastery Mentor here also.
That's true.
We're making progress every time we kill something.
Can Logan overcome this is the question.
He'll have to do it soon.
He's going to play a land. That's his last card. Anderson going to untap here. It feels like Anderson just needs one more spell to get through this. Pick up a card. It's a copy of Polluted Delta. There's another Bloodstained Mire upside down. A reminder to himself for something.
Well, he can't profitably attack yet because of Shambling Vent. One thing, if you've ever watched Todd Anderson's builds of Jeskai Black, is they do not close well, but they close by burying your opponent in cards to the point where nothing matters anymore, and then eventually Todd will find a way to win.
Now, of course, there are some gigantic draws in his deck. Crackling Doom going to solve the problem. Fiery Impulse, Kolagon's Command, Murderous Cut. There are some absolutely huge draws. If he's got Painful Truths or Treasure Cruise, those are redraws into cards.
Right, so his win conditions are just card draw spells or are more removal spells. If you're waiting for Todd to say cast Dragonlord Ojutai, well, then you'll be waiting for a while. That's not how he wins.
Nope. Doesn't want any big win conditions in his deck. No Ugin, no Dragon Lords, no Mantis Riders. They grind you out with card advantage, but if that Soulfire Grandmaster does get killed, things may change a bit here.
Yeah, if Logan finds a kill spell for Grandmaster, now we don't have infinite Utter Ends anymore.
Logan just going to pass the turn back. Anderson's going to sacrifice both of these lands. This implies that he's got 2 lands to search up. And again, Todd knows his deck well. There's a Basic Mountain, there's a Smoldering Marsh.
Right.
So there you go.
So he still does have some targets left.
Going to fall down to 15 from the fetching. We'll be heading back Anderson's way here in just a moment. See what the draw step is now. Another Soulfire Grandmaster. Good to have one in reserve, just in case anything goes wrong. He'll play one here. And the reason he's able to play one is because he doesn't have to worry about a card like Languish. None of that stuff. BioBlight, that's gone out of the format. Stuff like that's just, it's gone. So I think he can safely extend, especially when you have access to your opponent's deck list.
2 Shambling Vents you see moved to the bottom there. A lot of resources in play for Todd. None of them that actually can get past a 2/3 just yet.
Yep.
Which is why we don't see any attacks. But all it'll take is one properly positioned kill spell, and then Todd should be able to close in 2 turns.
What's interesting about this, again, is that we have seen this situation manifest itself before with his builder, Jeskai Black. Some people feel, oh, he's just getting unlucky, he's drawing lands. He's playing a lot of lands to get to this stage of the game, and then he has to draw something to actually close out the game. So we have seen this happen 3 or 4 times over the past handful of weekends. This is not him getting unlucky. This is something that happens with the deck. It's part of the reason that last weekend in Vegas, Jerry Thompson opted for Dig Through Time over Treasure Cruise, so he could ensure that he would just continually gas up. Anderson going with Treasure Cruise along with Painful Shrews this weekend.
Yeah, there's really no shortage of good card advantage in Standard. The question is, how do you want to make threats and stay alive while you draw these extra cards?
Now, of course, the question here, if you're rooting for Logan Mize, is what can he draw in this situation? He's Utter End locked for right now. Murderous Cut the draw here from Anderson, and that might be good enough to get this over with.
That should do some work against Shambling Vents.
He's going to count his mana to see exactly how many times can I do all of this stuff. He's going to sacrifice Polluted Delta and fall down to 14.
Yeah, he wants to know if he can Murderous Cut twice. There are 2 Shambling Vents on Logan's side.
I think he wants to know if he can Murderous Cut twice with Soulfire Grandmaster activations.
Right.
You know, say, I can buy back this 2 times, kill both of your creatures, and still have a Murderous Cut left over. And if he's attacking like this, if I'm Logan, I'm not feeling good.
No, I mean, Todd didn't activate the Shambling Vents, but you know that Todd drew some sort of kill spell that he wants to buy back many times. If you're Logan, you're going to activate the Vents. You're going to go for the block, but you expect that you're going to lose them both.
Logan will activate 1 Shambling Vent. He'll activate the other Shambling Vent. Going to ask if he can block. The answer is going to be a resounding no, of course. Anderson going to activate Soulfire Grandmaster. Delve away some cards for Murderous Cut. Just has to figure out what he wants to delve away. There goes a Painful Truths. Maybe.
Yep, only needs 4 for the first one. There's the fetch lands to start. And don't forget a Monk token and Prowess triggers.
Yep. Murderous Cut will go back to the grip. It's time to do this again. Another Monk. Delve away some cards. Looks like it'll be an attack here for 14.
Yeah, looking at that too. So 1 point short of lethal.
He could cut his own creature.
He could go for that. It would work.
Looks like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Could Utter End his own creature, could cut his own thing. I think we're going to see him do that. He doesn't have to play around anything. Yeah, cut my own creature.
Or just cut the own token. That 3 more triggers. So now we're at 17.
Yeah, and that's going to do it. Todd Anderson's going to win this match here over Logan Mize, 2-1. Jeskai Black is going to take care of Abzan aggro, and for Anderson, he will move on to the semifinals as well to play against Kevin Jones. Congratulations to him, and congratulations to Logan Mize on a heck of a tournament and a heck of a year on the Open Series.